Hello guys, my name is Khan. Actually, in today's video, I will show you guys that how you can add a conditional column in Power BI. But before going towards Power BI and before starting how you can insert a conditional column, I will tell you some other things like how you can add a column, remove a column, how you can duplicate a column, and how you order a column in Power BI. And for this video I will be using this auto data. It's about cars, and again it's a hypothetical data that I will be using for this video. So let's start with the Power BI. So I will go to my search. I'm in using Windows, so I will just search for Power BI. So you can see here, this is the app that I will be using. So now it's initiating for me. I think it will just take few seconds and then we'll be able to import data sets in it. So as I always said in Power BI videos, that Power BI works in 3 steps. First, you import the data into Power BI. Secondly, you create visualization, and then in the third, you share your dashboard and visualization with the audience you want. So again, I will get my data. And as I told you that the data is in an Excel file, so I will select Excel. I will say connect. And this is the data that I want to connect. So I will select it auto, open up. So once the connection will be done, I will be able to see my variables here on the right hand side. And actually I want to select within the auto, there is a sheet 1. So I want to select the data which is in the sheet 1. And I will say load. So in this data we have variables like where the car is made, what's the price of the car, this foreign variable is capturing the car is made domestically or foreign, then weight of the car, so mileage of the car and make, and the price. So the first thing is that suppose if you want to remove the column or add a column, how you can do that. In order to do that, as I told you in my previous videos too, that whenever you have to manipulate the data, you have to go to the edit queries option. So here you can see there is an option edit queries. I will say edit queries again. So once you click the edit queries, Power BI will take you to another window where you can able to manipulate the data. So suppose you are having this make where they are mentioning the make of the car. Suppose if you want to duplicate this column, so you can right click it and then there is an option duplicate column. So once you say duplicate column, the Power BI will add a duplicate copy of the make variable or the variable that you have selected at the end of the data set. So if you see here, the scroller automatically goes towards the most right, and whereas the make variable was in the right side on the left hand side. And suppose if you want to reorder this thing, you want to keep it on the left hand side, you can simply drag it and take it where you want. So I will just take it here. So I want to be here, I think along with the make where the original variable is placed. So I will just drag it. This is a bit big data set, that's why I am dragging it, ordering it one by one. So now you can see that when I inserted this column by duplicating the original make variable, this copy of the make variable got inserted in the end of the column. So after ordering, I will also tell you guys that how you can remove the column. So suppose this is a variable trunk which I don't want in this data set, because suppose if I know that I will not be using this trunk variable in my visualization, so what I will do, I will simply select that variable, right click it, and I will say remove it. The important thing is that all the steps which I am doing, ordering, removing, are all get captured here. So suppose if I apply this step of removing the trunk column, but after that I realize that I have made, I want that variable. So in order to get that variable back, if I simply delete this step by clicking this cross button, you will be seeing the trunk variable is reappeared in my data set. So suppose if you applied any steps and after a moment or after that you realize that you have done you want to undo that step, you can just simply come to this applied step and then cross those steps which you don't want, and the things that you have done or deleted will reappear or disappear from your main data table according to the step you deleted. Another thing that I want to show, which is, suppose if I want to keep this variable and I want to delete all other variables, you can simply again click the trunk variable, right click it, and then there is another option, remove other columns. Probably you will be using rarely this option, so I will select it, so you can see that only the trunk variable remains in that data set. But suppose if I want to undo this step, again I will come here in my applied steps and I will say close it, and my all other variables reappeared in my data now. So till now I have told you guys how you can remove columns, how you can remove all other columns, how you can duplicate column, and how you can order columns by dragging. Now the main thing that we will be talking about this video is that how you can add a conditional column. So suppose if you want to create a bar graph which will be saying that, suppose if the about the high prices and the low prices, and as you can see in my data set, I have a column price. So I'm saying that those cars which are priced above $7,000 will be considered as high price, and the cars which are below 7,000 will be considered as low price. And based on that two categories, high price and low price, I want to create a bar graph. How can I do that? So in order to create a categorical variable first, you have to go to add column, and under the add column you can see there is an option conditional column, which is very useful. So I will say add a conditional column. It will take me to another window. So here it's saying what will be the new column name. So I will be naming it as price cat. You can name it whatever you want. And again it's saying that if the price, so here is, you can see there is an option if. So I will be saying if price is greater than equal to, here I will use the operator greater than equal to the value 7,000, then assign the category high price. So if the price is greater than equal to 7,000, then high price will be assigned to this variable observations price cat. But I will add one more rule. So I will be saying if price is less than 7,000, then create a category of low price. And so if the price is greater than equal to, it will get captured here. If the price is less than 7,000, it will be labeled as low price. So now if I say apply OK, you can see that Power BI have inserted a new variable price cat, and it is marked as low price when the price is below 7,000. Suppose if I reorder, so now you can see that here I can reorder it close to the price, so that you can order it in order to see that the category that I have created is working properly or not. So I will make it close to price variable. So now you can see the prices here is for this observation is less than 7,000, therefore it is get marked as low price, where here you can see it's the price is above 7,000, so that's why this observation is marked as high price. So suppose if I go to home screen and if I apply the changes, close and apply, So once I have created a conditional column, that conditional column is also reappeared in my right hand side. So as you can see that I have two variables now, price, which is coming from the existing dataset, and this price cat I have created by using the conditional column option. So suppose if I want to create a bar graph now, I can use this column which I have created. So I will select this price cat, and suppose if I want to see how the mileage is changing, so this is the mileage variable, so I will select that. So you can see that how the mileage is changing for the low price and for the high price. So this is one of the visualization I created based on the column that I have created by using conditional column. So before ending this video, I will give you another option, because currently I have used a numeric variable to create a category. We can also use string variables to create conditional column. So in order to show you guys, I will create another bar graph just to show that we also have a one categorical variable like foreign. So foreign is capturing that the car is domestic or foreign. Suppose if I want to see how the prices are varying for these two graphs. So you can see for domestic the prices are high and the foreign the prices are low. But suppose you are happy with the graph but you are not happy with these labels, and you want to say that okay, I can create a new graph where the domestic observations will be marked as in home, and the foreign observation will be labeled as cross border. You can do that, and one of the way is to insert a new column by using conditional column option. So in order to do that, I will take you to the edit queries again. So I'm now in the edit queries. So what I will do now, as you can see, this is the foreign variable. It's having domestic observation and we have foreign observations. So what I will do, I will go to add column. I will say add conditional column, and I will be using I'm naming it as foreign 2, and I'm saying that if the foreign variable, which is in my data set, equals to domestic, then assign this new variable in home, and I will use an add rule if the same variable foreign equals to foreign. But make sure that because this when you will be mentioning the value is case sensitive. If I will be write down f, the Power BI will not able to recognize, differentiate between foreign with capital F and the foreign with small f. So make sure that that you are writing the words in the proper format or in the proper syntax. So I'll be using a capital F, and I will say FORBIGN, and also be careful about the spellings. And so if these foreign variable will be having an observation named as foreign, then assign the value cross border to my new foreign variable. Let's say okay. Let's see if I've done. So you can see now this is my foreign variable which I have created based on the conditional column. So for domestic, it's get assigned as in home, and for foreign it get assigned as cross border. So again, for finishing, I will go to home, I will say close and apply all these changes, and now again I will be able to use this foreign 2 variable in my plot to create a new visualization. So I will be saying create a bar graph, then I will be selecting this variable, and then I will be using the price variable, So both of these graphs, this graph and this graph, are representing the same thing. The y-axis is actually representing the prices, but whereas my x-axis are now labeled differently. Domestic is labeled as in-home and foreign is labeled as cross-border. So these are some things that you can play around with in Power BI to make your graphs labeled correctly or to create categorical variable. Especially conditional column option is very important when you have to create a categorical variable in your data set. So in the end, we discuss how you can reorder your variables, delete columns, insert duplicate columns, and how you can use a conditional column option in Power BI. Thank you for watching the video.